iSARMs.com, the #1 place to learn about SARMs online.
Welcome everyone. Dylan Gemelli here today with a brand new topic for you, and today's topic is one I want so many of you to pay close attention to. I get so many of these questions daily that it literally gets to the point where I want to pull my hair out because it's such a bad question. I hate to say bad question because there's no such thing as a bad question, but it's a misinformation that so many of you are getting and you're not grasping and understanding, and I have got to address this before it gets any more out of hand. Now, I understand that out of 100% of anabolic users, maybe really 5% actually understand and know what they're doing, while 95% has no clue. They're being misled, they're getting misinformation, and even when they read, they're going to a bad source area to read. So let me talk to you today about oral-only cycles. Oral-only cycles, and excuse my language, are complete shit. Let me explain to you why. Okay? You're running an oral for 4 to 6 weeks, filled with toxicity. Okay? Obviously, they've been altered to be able to be consumed in capsule form. We all know this. That's where they come as C17 alkylated. I've covered this several times. Okay, so by adding this to the oral, what happens? You are processing this through your liver, and the amounts of toxicity going into this that not only affect your liver, but affect your blood pressure, your kidneys, your lipid profile, the list goes on and on. Okay, so the damage is being done, all right, in a very short amount of time. Now, can you protect yourself while using these? Yes, of course you can. But is it going to be 100% protection where you still don't, have concern for these areas being affected? No, you have to be concerned. Okay, these are hepatotoxic, and by hepatotoxic I mean they are causing damage internally to you, and it's not something that you want to continue to press. Okay, when you start damaging your kidneys and your liver and your blood pressure, there's a problem. Okay, now even if you're running these at a lower dose, etc., when you run these alone without a test base, it is the most pointless cycle known to man. Okay, without a test base, you're just going to get fractional and minimal results. You're going to do a ton of damage in a short amount of time. You're going to get shut down without any testosterone boost along the way. And yes, when you run a cycle, the test will suppress you, but while you're taking it, you have that to fall back on. You'll have that boost in testosterone while you're on it. The suppression will occur when you stop and you're going through post-cycle and you're reteaching yourself how to produce. But you just run this oral-only cycle, what are you left with? You're left with by the time you hit week 4 or 5, you're going to be feeling nothing but terrible lethargy. You're going to have muscle pumps all over your body depending upon what you're running. You could have joint pain. You're going to experience shutdown, like I said. The toxicity alone, not factoring in anything else, is just ridiculous as it is, to begin with. Now, the toxicity is going to be there regardless, but at least when you're running testosterone along with it, you're covering the other bases. Okay, and you're actually getting something out of it. You've got a base and a backbone. But you're running these alone, what's going to happen? So you run D-ball 4 weeks and you gain 20 pounds of pure water and garbage and estrogen. You're going to lose it all, or most of it. For what? So you could gain weight for a few weeks and think you look great when you really don't because it's sloppy anyway, and then you lose it? So what happened? You just wasted an amount of time where you could have been running a good cycle. So you just threw away how many weeks because you got to have rest time and recovery time. You went through PCT and made it even worse on yourself because your test was so bombed by the time you got to it, you had nothing left to even perform during PCT. At least when you go in with testosterone and you're suppressed once you stop, you've had the boost the whole way and you still got something left when you go in there. Now you're going in with absolutely nothing. You run something like D-ball, you've increased your estrogen to stupid levels and gained a bunch of water that is going to go away once your estrogen levels get under control. You're going to lose all that water. Things like that. I never understand that. Or you run an Anavar only cycle? Why? So you can gain 2 or 3 pounds and think maybe you lost some belly fat, which are really fractional and minimal and marginal at best, to get shut down, to get muscle pumps, to get all of this other garbage that goes along with it. I mean, it is literally the stupidest cycle that you could possibly do. It doesn't get any dumber than that. There's no point, and it's not anything that you should go on or move forward with whatsoever. And whoever's advising this or teaching anybody this or going through this, please do yourself a favor and disassociate with this said person or site that you're reading this on. Okay? Because all you're doing is further hurting yourself, setting yourself back, taking years off your life, and wasting time and money and effort. And your effort's not really going to be there if you're having trouble working out because you don't even have motivation because you're so filled with toxicity and your liver can't overcome anything that you don't even want to go to the gym because it's dragging you down. How does this make any sense? I don't know. But I do know that too many people come to me every day wanting to do this without really knowing what they're doing, and all end up learning the hard way even after I tell them not to, coming back for help. And it's hard for me to help when you don't listen in the first place. I do, but I'm not as motivated to help, trust me, because I already told you what to do before. So it's quite simple. Don't run an oral-only cycle. Don't. It's pointless. It's a waste of time. And I told you exactly why, all the reasons up and down. It's just not wise. And there's no way I would recommend it nor stand behind it for anybody. So just keep that in mind and really think about it before you start asking if you should do it, because the answer is always going to be no. Unless you're a female that's running just some basic Anavar. If you're a male running any sort of cycle and you want to run an oral-only cycle, please don't ask me. Please. Because the answer will always be the same. You need a testosterone base. You can always run SARMs with an oral, and that will help it, but you need testosterone in there. Let's just be realistic. Running it with SARMs is a heck of a lot better than running it alone, but it's still not a suitable replacement for testosterone in this capacity. It's a much better cycle, and it will go better if you at least add SARMs, but you need testosterone in there. And you're really just setting yourself backwards, like I said, otherwise. So, Dylan Gemelli, signing off.